Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. It is 2025. I am starting the year off great. I am severely nauseous right now. My stomach is in shambles. That's my favorite term to say. So nice. It just describes everything. My life is in shambles. My stomach is in shambles. I ate at a Brazilian steakhouse yesterday, New Year's Eve. We went to a churrascaria, as they're called. And I got a lot of meats, and I had a lot of drinks, and so that causes some sort of chemical reaction in my stomach, which fucks me up. I'm not sure. I'm not a chemist. Not sure the covalent bonds going on, but shit was going crazy. So I've barely eaten anything today. I wasn't really hungry, but I should have. I ate these brownies that I made for a video that are so bad, it's unbelievable. They taste so bad. I don't even know how to describe it. You could see the video if you want. It'll be posted before this episode. You can go on TikTok or Instagram and watch it. But they're so bad. So that's the only thing in my stomach besides like breakfast, which is a string cheese and like this protein bar and some vitamins. So I am a mess right now. But what better to do? Jesus Christ, stuttering out here. I've developed a stutter this year. What better to do when I'm nauseous and feel like throwing up than talk for an hour at my camera and talk about weird things for one whole hour? Oh man, I just got nauseous thinking about that. All right, we're gonna do it though. We're gonna do it. If I throw up on camera, it'll be fun. You guys can hear it. If you're listening to this on Spotify or something, you won't get to see the visuals. You just hear weird upchucking noises, and then you can pretend it's something else. Maybe I'll make you guys think I threw up. I'll lie about it. No, I won't. It's New Year's Day, which I guess everyone has off. I have off every day because I have no job and I'm a bum. So this doesn't really mean anything to me. Sorry, I'm thirsty as well. But yeah, New Year's Eve was fun overall. I spent the last hour at a strip club. Let me explain. I spent my New Year's Eve, the countdown at a strip club, which sounds worse than it is, but it makes perfect sense, and I will explain. My friend, like I just said, we went to a churrascaria before, and then we were trying to find a place to go, and we didn't really want to pay money. We went to this bar, and the guy's like, yeah, you got to pay, $40 or whatever, $50. And which is, for Manhattan, it's not that bad. But we're like, this place is not that great. I don't know if we want to pay that much. And then this guy that worked at the bar, I'm not going to say the name of the bar. I'm not going to out this man, but this man should definitely be fired from that bar. 1,000%. He pulled my brother aside. He was like, psst, I know a place you guys can go where they have no cover and you get a free drink. And we're like, oh, curious. What is it? What is this place? And he gives us these, he shakes my friend's hand, and he has some business cards in there that'll get us into this place. He's like doing the secret undercover transaction, and it was for a strip club. It was for the Sapphire Strip Club in Times Square, and it was just, it said, hey, you get in, no cover, and you get a free drink. So we're like, you know what? I'm not here to go to the strip club. I just want to get a free drink, and we go in for free? Hell yeah, dude. So we had to sneak in. Like, I don't know, in Manhattan, New Year's Eve, every street is closed. It's mayhem. It is so crazy, man. It's like unwalkable, basically. So in order to get down some blocks, we had to show police officers that we had like a reservation for this place. So we just kept showing them this card that was like Sapphire Strip Club on it. And they're like, yeah, come on through. Then a bunch of guys were making fun of us. Like, oh, you guys boys are going to Sapphire? Get on through. And it's just like, all right, we had to face embarrassment just to get in for the free drink. But we got in, got a free drink. It was no cover. There was no one there. Absolutely no one there. It was a slow day, which I get. Who's going to the strip club on New Year's Eve? And, yeah, the strippers kept coming up to us. And my brother and I would just, we were like, yeah, I at a certain point, I didn't want to make conversation with them because I'm like, guys, I'm not buying anything. I'm here for the free drink. I'm here for the free drink, guys, and then I'm going to leave. And I bought another drink because I felt bad. But yeah, they're trying to get us to pay for extra services. I'm like, guys, I'm not doing that. I'm not here for that. But so I kept telling them, oh, we're about to leave. I'm so sorry. I'm about to go. And then they're like, fuck you guys. I'm not wasting my time on you. Wasting my time on you cheap boys. So I spent New Year's Eve. It's a pretty sad New Year's Eve to spend at a strip club. But we exited the strip club a minute before the countdown, and there was like people in the street, and they did a countdown. So I didn't spend it. All the strippers came outside too to cheer. It was kind of fun. But yeah, so no offense if you're working at a strip club, on New Year's Eve, you got to get that money. You got to do what you got to do. But I just went there for the free drink. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Not sure how that deal works out for anyone. I could have left. I could have gotten the free drink and left. but I'll take it. You know what I mean? Some people are paying hundreds of dollars to go to a New Year's Eve event, whatever. I didn't care them. I don't care about New Year's Eve, guys. I'm 26 years old. I almost said 27. I almost gave myself an extra year for no reason. I don't want to be 27. So I don't care. I'd rather be at someone's house. Like, I'd rather someone invite me to a New Year's Eve party, which I went to last year, but I did not have anyone. I guess I didn't really look around. Like I said, I don't care. Like, it's an afterthought. The day of, I'm like, damn, I should probably do something. And I had loose plans, but whatever. It is what it is. So I like to stay up when the ball drops, but then the second that happened, I'm like, all right, time to go to sleep. Let's wrap this up, guys. See you later, strippers. Nice to see you. Happy New Year, strippers. But yeah, so that's why I didn't want you guys to jump on me. I did not go. I did not get all these lap dances. I did not go crazy at the strip club, dropping dollars. I went to a strip club once before. I guess I'll talk about strip clubs before. They're not for me. I don't get any enjoyment going to the strip club. And if I did, I would tell you guys. I'm not embarrassed by it, but I don't get any enjoyment. I went once, maybe when I was like 19 or something, with my friends for spring break. I knew some people. I guess a bunch of people I know like them more than I do. They enjoy strip clubs, so I went with one person just because I was like, I might as well try it out, and it just wasn't for me. Like, it's just not. I don't get enjoyment from people that I don't have a connection with. I'll say. I'm not saying I need to be in love with you to like feel sexual attraction or to get excited, but like some random person who I know is doing this for money, just like dancing in front of me or trying to like give me a lap dance, gives me no, like, I would not get hard from that. Point blank, as graphic as I could be, I wouldn't. It would just be like a punishment almost. It's like it would honestly be the same as if a man from the street started grinding his ass on me. I'd be like, what is this? Why am I doing this? So I don't really get enjoyment. And if you do, do whatever you got to do. I'm not going to judge you. But for me, it's like, why am I going to go here? It's expensive at these places too. It just doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't do anything for me. So I've only been then, and then I went this last time. And I suspect I'll be again if someone else, like, I'm sure I'll go to someone's bachelor party one day where they'll want to go to a strip club or something, whatever. I'm sure I'll go again, but it's just not. I would never pay for my own lap dance or something like that. It's just, like I said, it's just like a punishment. It's like, okay, like, I just feel bad for them doing it. I feel bad for me spending money on it. It's just, why would I do that? Why would I spend money on something I don't want to do? That's the bottom line. Why would I do that? Silly me, I wouldn't do that. And there's nothing against the strippers. Some of them are attractive, right? Some of them I'm not attracted to at all. It is what it is, guys. They got to make money some way. I felt bad. There were like no one there. There's a lady dancing on stage, like half naked. No one's watching her. I'm like, what the heck is this? This is a sad establishment. Ain't nobody here. I think I met someone actually last year. I remember it was a girl who told me she ate sushi. She like. There's multiple locations of the strip club, and one of them had like sushi or something. She said she went to eat sushi at this same strip club. And I was thinking about that when I got there. There was no place to eat sushi, so she must have went to a different location. But I was like, oh, this is the place she went to get sushi. That's crazy. I think it's a weird place to go get sushi at a strip club. I wouldn't be excited by that at all. I'd be kind of disturbed, especially if the strippers were making it. It's a whole mess. Not saying they can't make sushi. I have to apologize for everything I say about strippers. I'm not saying any of you naked strippers can't make a delicious California roll. I'm just saying, you are naked, and your primary reason there is to dance and do whatever you got to do with the clients, the customers. I don't know. I'm not up to date with stripper lore, but I'm glad I got my free drink, so that was nice. And then the next drink I got was $20 for a fucking whiskey sour, $20. So that's how they get you out here. That's how they get you. So yeah, it was a good New Year's Eve, whatever. Actually pretty lame, but it is what it is. We cheered. Obviously not a good New Year's Eve in New Orleans. There was a truck attack. Just want to quickly say, thoughts and prayers, as if those mean anything to the victims. And I've seen the death count go from 10 to 15, and then some people are not even saying it's 15. I don't know, but it's awful. Questionably a terrorist attack. I'm not sure. They're also saying the person might not have been alone. It might have been a multi-person thing planned. There was also guns and bombs in the truck, so it could have been much worse. So thankfully it was stopped at a certain point, but that's completely awful. And, I can't even imagine just beckoning in the new year and then dying because some man, just some of these attacks, just attacks on innocent people. I don't get them at all. I really don't get them. It's just so bad. Like I get for all the talk about Luigi Mangione, we all get it. I think we all get it. We all get. I understand when the United States drone attacks the leader of Al Qaeda or something and kills. Of course, there's a lot of times they kill innocent civilians, which is awful. But you understand the attack, why it happened in the first place. I'm not justifying why it happened. I'm just saying you understand it. I don't understand. Like if we just bombed civilians enjoying a night out with their family, I don't get what is that going to change? How is that going to change? Our politicians don't care about random people. They don't care. Kids get gunned down in school. They don't care. So I'm saying if you want to inflict terror upon Americans, like you should really be going after the same people that the Americans themselves hate. You know what I mean? So I don't really get it. I don't really know what the point. Like 9/11, I don't really know. Would have been much more effective to like plane crash into, I don't know, the CEO of who was back, or just a plane crash. I guess they were trying to do that. They were plane crashing into the Capitol building. That would have been more effective, honestly. That would have made sense in my mind. I'd be like, I get 9/11. I don't get 9/11 in this case. He's killing people going to work. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's my justification of terrorism right there. Hope you enjoyed that. That is my, some terrorism's okay, we're saying. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, awful thing. And, again, thoughts and prayers to the victims. And, people are still fighting for their lives in the hospital. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we don't want to dote on that. This is a fun podcast, guys. This is a comedy podcast. We don't need to talk about terrorism. Instead, we'll talk about plane crashes. There was a ton of those in the last 2 weeks. Holy shit, we had a plane shot down. We had a plane shot down by Russia, or quote unquote, I'm sorry, I don't want to be blasphemous here, the claim to be shot down, even though we all know they did it. And so many people survived that, which is insane. Because there's two big crashes that happened this week. The one in South Korea, where everyone died, which is, again, thoughts and prayers of that. That's crazy. And then the one where they got shot down by a missile and like half the plane lived or something. Imagine that. Honestly, if I'm on a plane and the pilot comes on the air is like, ladies and gentlemen, our landing gear seems to be stuck. We're going to make an emergency landing. I would honestly assume I'm fine. I'd be like, I've seen videos of this. We're just going to slide on the runway. We're chilling. We're just going to do a little, it's like setting up one of those water slides in your backyard. You just slide a little bit, and then when you hit the end, you kind of just skid a little bit, and then you stop. You get a little bit of grass burn. But in this case, they were going way too hard, and then they crashed into a dirt wall, and the plane exploded. My God. That was horrifying. Jesus Christ. I don't know anything about constructing airport runways. I guess they just were going so fast they couldn't stop, but it seems kind of crazy to put a blockade of dirt at the end. They could do what they have in like those you ever see the runaway truck stops where it's like a giant hill they go up full of sand? They could have that, or like just a sand pit. That would make so much more sense. So I assume they're going to have a lot of aviation reforms, because that's such a good thing. A giant sand pit at the end of a runway with an incline, that would stop a plane. At a certain point, that would stop a plane for sure. But yeah, so that was awful. But yeah, the one that got hit by a missile, I don't even know how. Everyone in the back of the plane, I think, survived. The guy was filming a video, and he came out. He's like, I'm chilling. Our plane just got shot down, but I survived. So, I don't know. That's crazy. And then there's been a lot of other minor things, like a plane almost hit another plane on the runway, and there's just small things. So, I don't know what's going on. Could just be a bad week. I'm not going to say all of a sudden, like, all these planes are breaking down. Could just be a coincidentally bad week for aviation. But it makes you kind of scared to fly, honestly. Makes you scared to get on a plane. I don't have any flights planned, but if I did, I'd be like, hey, I'd be looking at the plane before I got off. Like, let's see if they're doing maintenance. Let's see if they're looking at them properly. I don't know anything about maintaining planes, but let's make sure everyone here looks like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So, yeah, it's just awful. And you know what happens when the entire plane blows up? The CEO comes on, he's like, thoughts and prayers. I guess, I don't know. That was kind of racist what I just did, pretending to be a South Korean man. I think they bowed. Thoughts and prayers. I'm trying to do it's like a Japanese accent. And that's it. Thoughts and prayers. And then what do they pay settlements out? Nothing happened. Business as usual. Business as usual. But what can you do? I guess that's the system we set up. That's the legal system, insurance. Just pay people out. You go on your way. I don't know how much you get. That's a good question. I don't even want to. If someone I know, I was going to say if my parents died in a plane crash, but why would I put that on them? If someone who I stand to inherit money from died in a plane crash, how much would I get? Should I just set up this whole thing? Set up, there's like some elaborate insurance scam. You get the insurance scam for the life insurance policy and the plane company pays you out, I guess. That's crazy. I guess if you want to commit suicide, this is so bad. If you want to commit suicide, you should just keep taking plane rides until one of them crashes. But that's just going to cost money. That makes no sense. My plan makes no sense at all. You should sabotage an entire plane, but then other people would die. Don't do anything I'm saying. What I'm saying makes truly no sense. But yeah, we need airports to have ramps at the end. It should have to be like a loop-de-loop. Like your plane's going up, it just goes whoop, back around. An endless little spinning around thing. But yeah, this is, and I guess last year, I think I talked about this in the podcast. It was over the summer. There was a plane crash in Brazil where that plane just fell out of the sky. That's the scariest one, I think, for me. If my plane just loses the ability to fly, then it's over. If we like make a crash landing or something, I have hope. I can believe I'm going to survive. If my plane just goes like and then falls down, it's over, man. What can you do at that point? It's just so scary, man. So scary. But they say plane travel is safer than car travel. So, I mean, I guess getting in any vehicle is me putting my life in more risk. But, yeah. So, again, thoughts and prayers. A lot of thoughts and prayers going out. I got any more thoughts and prayers here? Oh, yeah, the next thing. Jimmy Carter died. Thoughts and prayers to the Carter family. Jimmy passed away. He got his Kamala vote in just in time. And then he said, I'm actually out. I don't need to see the new year. He was 100 years old. I'm going to be real, guys. I don't think I've ever seen a 100-year-old person that looks good for their age. They look good because they're not dead, I guess. They're not a zombie. Well, they basically are a zombie. They're not rotting flesh. But 100-year-old people do not look good. They look 100. You could say someone looks good for 100. Yeah, what do they look, 98? Oh, you look so good. You look like you're only 99 and a half. They don't look good, guys. They do not look good. I had a great-grandmother who passed almost 10 years ago at this point. She was 99 and like 10 months. She didn't look that great, guys. She looked like she was 99 and 10 months. She looked good because she wasn't dead, like I said. But once you get to that point, you're just holding on. Jimmy Carter did not look good, man. He did not look good. His teeth were all rotting out. Your teeth are not meant to live that long. Dentists can't keep charging you for those teeth. You got to get dentures or something. Your regular teeth do not survive. So, everyone always says he's the nicest U.S. president. Maybe the only U.S. president that's gone to heaven. I don't know about that, guys. I'm sure he did some awful things. He seems like a nice guy, just a peanut farmer from Georgia. I'm just a simple peanut farmer from Georgia. I don't know. I wasn't alive during the Carter administration. I know Donald Trump thinks he was an awful president. I know a lot of people in my family, I remember they're like, Jimmy Carter stunk. That guy stinks. Maybe what it takes to be a good president is to be an awful human being. I don't know anything about him, but he seemed like a nice old guy, I guess. But so does George Bush. George Bush paints nice pictures in his ranch as he starts wars for oil in the Middle East and destroys third world countries abroad. He makes nice paintings. Seems like a nice guy. So can you tell? No. But rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. Again, whatever. Oldest living U.S. president. That's got to count for something. Maybe he was nice. Maybe God didn't see fit to strike him down. But I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend he was anything. So yeah, I'm just saying he didn't look that good. And I'd be hard pressed. I'd love to see a nice looking 100-year-old. I'd love to see. It's like when someone tells you their age. There's very few people where they tell me their age and I'm like, you look good. I'm like, you look, or not you look good, but like you look way younger. Like I'm so shocked. So it's hard, but it happened. Sometimes it happens. I think it happens more with black people. They say black doesn't crack. Black don't crack. It's true a lot of times. I think some guy's like 35 and he's like, I'm 57. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. So yeah, for them. So I guess I need to look up more black 100-year-olds. I'll say that for Black History Month. We'll do a segment. I'll just show a bunch of old black people on the screen. We'll compliment them. That's my contribution to Black History Month. I got to learn more. I got to talk about George Washington Carver in Black History Month. That's my man. Was he invent peanut butter or something? I don't know. We'll wait. I'll think of a joke for that. 2025. Oh yeah, the The proclamation back in the day, they said women will be having more sex with robots than with men by 2025. Amen to that, ladies. I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. Theoretically, it should have happened by now. They love making those headlines. Just that's such a good way to get clicks. Just make an arbitrary date in the future and be like, oh, women will actually all be bald by 2037. And then we just wait. We just see. We're going to have flying cars in 6 months. No flying cars. Women are not having sex with robots. I guess they are if you count like a little toy thing. But I think we all thought it was going to be giant, like huge robot. Well, not huge, just like humanoid robots that were way more chiseled than I am, These just amazing humanoid robots. It's not that. But, there's all these toys, whatever. I've been contacted by so many sex toy companies to make videos, just like advertising things. And I'm sure they pay well. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Maybe I could have them on the podcast as a sponsor, but it's always some weird. They're always named weird. It's like, I think there was one called like Butter. I don't want to give them business, but it's always like suspicious what they don't tell you they're a sex toy company. They're just like, hey, we're here at the Better Health Company we want to see if you sponsor a video, and then I look them up and it's just some giant like vibrating finger looking toy. It's like, oh, you actually put that in your butthole. Would you like to make a video of that? Just shove it up your ass and then start talking. Okay, actually no, I'm good. I'm okay. And they'll, hey, we'll pay you $10,000. Whoa, okay, I'll open my butthole right now. Get her in there. My sphincter is wide open. So, what was that in relation to? Oh, the sex robots. Yeah, I mean, I guess they are. I guess that's just not sex. That's just like other stuff. So maybe are women using robots more than they're using men for pleasure reasons? Probably, yeah. Maybe that article's right. But as far as big-ass robots, why do I keep calling them big-ass robots? It's not right. So they were wrong. Whatever company made that, they're wrong. Unless someone goes crazy with the robot. Listen, like I said, I wasn't interested in these strippers at the strip club on New Year's Eve, but if there was a nice robot, there was a hot-looking robot who had some AI technology in her brain that was all over me, and she was cool, and we vibed. I took her out to get some coffee, and it caused her to short circuit, and then I had to rescue her, and I had to give her CPR, and we kissed, and then we went back to my apartment and made sweet love. I'd be open to it, I'd be open to it. I'd have a good time with a robot. If I had a connection with her and I liked her personality. If it was a shitty robot, piece of shit, a narcissistic piece of shit robot, no thanks. But a nice robot, I could do that. So I'm open to it, If you want to make sex robots, it's a big business, I think, in Japan and some of these places. They got people marrying their robots. They're marrying their body pillows. So bring it on. Bring it. I'm sure some ladies would love to have a robot instead of a guy. But guys are shitty. Guys are shitty. Even girls are shitty sometimes. Robots are not. Robots are great. So I don't blame them for that article. But if I found out my wife was cheating on me with a robot, that'll be a thing one day. That's crazy. Cheating on me with a robot. That's crazy. That's how the movie I, Robot started, actually. I'm trying to remember the plot of iRobot. It's not even remotely close. There's no woman in there. There's no love interest. This makes no sense. Just speaking out of my ass here. What movie has a robot love interest? I guess Ex Machina. That's a good movie. I should watch that again. That's a good movie. That is a good movie. All right. So yeah, women are not having sex with enough robots. That's what I'm saying. They should be having sex with more robots. Yeah. There's a lot of silence there. A lot of open air. 2025 is not off to a good start. I can't get the ball rolling here with my robot jokes. Just a lame man who's nauseous. My nausea kind of subsided when I talked about the robots. That's good. Quick sports interlude. I haven't talked about sports in a while, but a quick one. The New York Giants won a game for no reason. The New York Giants, a football team, American football, the old pigskin, not soccer for you Brits or whatever the hell your country you guys are from. Whatever other poor, sad country. No, I'm sure you guys are from great countries. The New York Giants won a game. They had the number one pick in the draft. They're the worst football team in the league. And for some reason, all they had to do was lose the next two games, and they won. They had one of the best games ever. Like, their quarterback had one of the best games, literally by statistics, one of the best games ever in the last 20 years. And for no reason. Just fucking lose, guys. Just sit on the field and lose. So now they went from the first pick. I think they're at the fourth pick now. If they win this next game, they're probably going to go to number 10. So they got to lose this one. They need a new quarterback. Their team just stinks. It's so bad. They need a new quarterback. I don't know what they're going to do. So, yeah, that was just awful to hear. I don't watch the Giants. I don't watch football at all, pretty much. I'm not a part of a fantasy football league or anything. But just, you like when your New York teams are doing good. You like when your state's teams are good. And then you hear the Giants won for no reason. How many fans are at their games these days? 10? 5 fans? And the opposing team's fans? Giants stink. They're so bad. So we just need it. And the quarterbacks are, I guess they're not that highly touted this year, but still. You want the number 1 pick. Just changes things. So, and then the teams ahead of them all need quarterbacks too. So they're going to have to trade up. I don't know, man. It's just, can't your team lose when you got to lose, guys. Lose the fucking games. Fucking awful. So whatever, I don't care. If it was the New York Mets, I could talk about it for more. My stomach just growled so hard. I need food. Yeah, so the Giants suck. What can you do? My Super Bowl prediction, I'm going to say it. I actually don't know which teams are in which conference, so I can't even make. I'm just going to say like 2 teams that theoretically can't be in the Super Bowl together. So I can't do that. I don't know, man. I don't care about football. I'll watch the Super. Who's the halftime performer? Fucking Kendrick Lamar or some shit? Isn't him? I think it is, right? I don't even know, man. What am I going to do for that? That's an afterthought. That's the same. I'll probably go to the same strip club for the Super Bowl. Hey, ladies, you remember me? I'm actually here for the free drink again. Oh, shit. That'd be so sad. Some people do that, though. It's not, I guess if you got to go there, you got to go. If that's your family, the strippers are your family, you go with Diamond and Sapphire together. Why are strippers named just after gemstones? It's bizarre. Whatever, man. Do what you got to do. When is the Super Bowl? It's in like a month, man. I don't got shit planned for that. I just don't care. These things don't matter. They don't matter. If someone wants to invite me to their house for a Super Bowl party, amen. Great. I don't want to host it. I just don't. I don't care. Oh my God, I'm hiccuping. How am I hiccuping with nothing in my stomach? Goddamn. You guys caught me at a bad time. Like I said, starting off 2025 so awfully right now. So awfully. I'm just a slob. A disaster of a human being. This is a fun story. A 17-year-old girl poisoned her rival's goat. It's a news story from the Midwest. A 17-year-old girl who did some sort of goat competition. I'm not sure. I don't have the full article in front of me. Some sort of goat competitions. She killed her rival's goat. And there's multiple layers to this thing. Apparently, she thought she was justified in doing this because her rival was cheating or something. She's like, yeah, I'll just kill her animal that did nothing wrong. So a psychotic young lady, truly a serial killer in training, who likes to kill small animals, probably has squirrels she shoots in her backyard and then dissects their brains. She killed her rival's goat. She poisoned it. They have it on camera, and she's like, yeah, I did it. This is what America needs to return to, I'll be honest. Instead of we got terrorist attack, people should be killing their rivals' goats more often. That's what the PTA conferences, that's what they talk about. They go, we used to have small town values. Now they're killing goats? Unbelievable. We used to be a community. We used to love each other. We used to have prized fat pigs at the carnival. Now we're killing goats. Unbelievable. All the Facebook moms are probably salivating over this. My daughter would never do such a thing. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe she would kill a goat. That's crazy. That's always like that's honestly something if I lived in another country and I remember reading about like blue ribbon pigs at the county fair, I would think it's made up. I'm like, what is that, from the 1700s? No, they do it today. They eat fried butter and then they get the blue ribbon pig at the county fair. They have the nicest swine in the county. And the same with the goats. And if you don't win that prize, you kill your rival's goat. You kill the girl in your class has a goat. She's better than you. You kill that goat. That's crazy. Poor goat. Rest in peace to the goat. We're saying rest in peace to so many people. Hope Jimmy Carter and that goat are just like chilling together, enjoying quality time amongst themselves in heaven or hell. Or maybe the goat went to hell. Maybe the goat was a piece of shit. You never know with these things. Could be the worst goat ever. She could have done us a favor. It could be like a Goat Bully, some sort of movie on that. Goat Hitler. Wonder what that would look like. But yeah, that's just a crazy news story. And my mind I almost just fainted right there. It's like swimming. This is crazy. This is an experiment. I should do a podcast like every week with just a new ailment. Like one time I drink a ton of water and I have to pee really badly, and I just sit here for an hour and I'm like grabbing my crotch. Like I have to pee. I'd probably be more angry if I need to be more angry. Right now I'm like, it's too hot in here. I'm nauseous. I can't think straight. My goodness. This episode reminds me of a episode. Not this is a bad episode, but it reminds me of an episode I'd make in the beginning when I was just figuring things out, getting my baby legs. But it's all over the place. It's all over the place. All right, sorry, I need to do water. What else we got here? Chess players. I've seen a lot of chess players. I don't know why. I don't play chess. I've never learned how to play chess. I refuse to learn, actually. I don't want to learn because then I feel like if I learned and I was bad, I have a reputation to uphold as a good game player. I'm usually pretty good at playing games. I'm not crazy, but board games and the like. So if I learned chess, I would have to be somewhat okay at it, and I don't want to get to that point, so I just refuse to learn. I'm like, hey, someone's like, hey, you want to play chess? I'm like, no, I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play. I have no clue. You can move the knight like in an L shape or some shit. You move pawns one spot. I don't know. Checkmate, check mix. Who the fuck knows? I don't know any terms. But these chess players, they go crazy. Chess is so competitive and so stressful, seemingly for no reason. I've seen people sobbing. This last week, I see people losing in upset fashions. They go to shake. They get such a passive-aggressive shaking of the hand when they lose. They shake the guy's hand. They don't even look. They're like, fuck this. This fucking bullshit. Go quick shake. These people crying. It gets, because they're timed, right? So it gets like, people are shaking or like clicking the buzzer thing, trying to put their pieces down. It gets crazy. And there's obviously the top-ranked people. Magnus Carlsen's the only one I know. But there's upsets. I don't know if he got upset, but he's facing people. They get so just like they're so pretentious about it. Like, I'm still number one. I mean, these people are geniuses, right? Their brains are computers. They're crazy at chess. They're super smart, smarter than I am. But they still get pretentious. It's like the same intensity of like winning the NBA finals. Like LeBron just going like, that's what they do in chess. Which, it looks weird coming from like a skinny white guy or some skinny white lady. I mean, there's plenty of women that are amazing at chess as well. Some skinny, just person that, there's no reason for them to be doing that, but, do what you got to do. You won. They're winning. I'm sure they get millions of dollars. Chess is a very popular sport, or I guess we'll call it a sport. An e-sport? It's not even an e-sport. Yeah, what do you call chess? That's like its own version of things. Like competitive board game playing. Is that an e-sport? That's just like some other thing in general. Like, I love the game Catan. If they were playing competitive Catan, what would that be? The Catan World Championship? I think there's some games that just don't have enough variety to play. Like I said, I remember a long time episode, I said we met a lady, I forgot her name, the French lady I met in the Dominican Republic at a resort, who said she went to a Monopoly competition when she was a teenager, and she lost and she cried. I think that's what she said. That's not how do you have a Monopoly competition? It's very random, Monopoly. It's completely random, actually. There's very little skill involved. Maybe trading with other people, but there's very little skill in Monopoly. So I guess on average, if you played like 1,000 games, the better player would win if you had better strategies. But still, so you can't really have that. That's not a thing. But chess is all skill-based. There's no randomness. Catan is random as well, but it's I would say it's skilled enough to where you can play competitively. But there's plenty of other games where there's I guess randomness kind of ruins some games. So you wouldn't like that. But I don't know. So I guess people go to line up to, I don't even know, I can't even imagine sitting and watching chess and just being like very invested in it. I guess I do like playing pool, and people do that too. They go and just watch pool from afar. I feel like you just can't be that far. You need like binoculars. Do they put it up on the screen? What's the point of being there in person? I don't know. Maybe I'll go to a chess tournament just to see what it's like. I don't even know how to play chess. I'll just go. That'd be a cool series, going to all these events where I have no idea what's going on. Just pretending would be nice. I mean, I was a chess player for about 3 years. I retired and I forgot. So if you don't understand, when I retire from a job, I wipe my mind of that job. My body just shivered. I'm going to start shaking soon from lack of nutrition. This is crazy. I'm going to keep talking about it so you guys know. You guys have to know I'm suffering. All right, this is a complete switch from chess, but I was talking about BBLs. I'm not going to say the reason why we're talking about it. talking about the Brazilian butt lifts. And we looked up we being my brother and I, we looked up the mortality rate on a BBL. And according to the internet, it ranges. Some people say it's as many as 1 in 3,000 people that get a BBL die from getting a BBL. You go in to get a little bit of booty fat injected and you die. 1 in 3,000, or it's up to 1 in 30,000, which I think is the right number. Because 1 in 3,000, there's probably at least 3,000 BBLs that happen per day, I would say. I would say there's many BBLs, in Brazil, in the United States, happening that often, or else it wouldn't be a lucrative business. Probably 3,000 at least. That would mean one person a day died from a BBL. There's no way. You would hear on the news every day, it'd be like one person died every day. That's impossible. Even one every 10 days, if it was 1 in 30,000, 1 in 30,000, once every 10 days, someone died from a BBL, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I think it's the most dangerous plastic surgery procedure. I don't even know what a BBL is. You're just injecting fat into your butt. How do you even die from that? How does any of this make sense? I don't know. I guess your body rejects the fat so much, maybe you explode from your butt. Is that how it works? You just blow up? That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, holy shit, I'm so nauseous. I might have to take my shirt off just to cool down. Put that fan on, maybe? I'm not sure. Good thing we only have a few topics to go through, but man, this is a challenge. This is like an Iron Man. This is what I imagine the end of a marathon's like. I need one of those like electrolyte gel packets that's people say is disgusting. No, but BBLs, and listen, if any of you guys listening to this have a BBL, good for you. I hope it looks natural. I hope it looks great. I don't know if I don't think I've been with someone who had a BBL. Pretty sure I haven't. I feel like I would know. I feel like I'd just look at their body and be like, God damn, that looks crazy. But maybe maybe someone has a subtle BBL. Or just a slight little, I don't think it'd be worth it though. If you could die, if there was such a high chance of dying just to get a little bit of an increase, you want to go crazy. You want to get a nice big booty. A big booty. So yeah, rest in peace. Again, we'll add to the rest in peace. In memoriam. This should have been at the end of 2024. In memoriam, BBL people, Jimmy Carter, the GOAT, and then all the people who died tragically. Those people really need the rest in pieces, not the BBL victims. If you die getting a BBL, I'm going to say I feel bad for you, but I really don't. It is what it's embarrassing, honestly. I'd come back from the grave if I died getting a BBL. First of all, you'd all be like, "What the fuck? How'd this happen? This man's getting a BBL." If I died, let's say the equivalent, if I died getting like a penis enlargement surgery, I don't even know how that works. I would be so embarrassed. I'd come back, and anyone I learned laughing about that, I would haunt you for the rest of your life. If I saw you, you'd read the article. It'd be like, TikTok. They call me a TikTok star. That's how they do it. TikTok star dies after penis enlargement surgery, and so many of you guys would laugh. And I would visit each and every one of you, and I would strangle you. You'd have to write horror movies about me. You'd be like, shut up. Shut up. I just wanted a bigger penis. Jesus Christ. Let me live my life. I don't need a bigger penis. But I mean, I could have one. But theoretically, I don't need one. I think if the only time we'll talk about penises, the only time you really need a bigger one, I think in my mind, is if you have just a micro penis, which rest in peace if you do. That sucks. But if you have a regular, just standard, not saying my penis is big, it's certainly not. It's certainly a regular man. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I give up on this thing. But I'm just saying, you don't need to go crazy, guys. Jesus Christ. This is what my mind is playing tricks on me. I legitimately think I'm actually about to start shaking. Like I'm lacking so much nutrition. I don't think I could be good. I knew a guy, it's like one of my friend's dads. It's like my friend's dad. He said, I learned a while ago, he went on like a 30-day non-eating binge. He only drank water for 30 days to lose weight. Bro, I don't know if I could do that. I think you could die. You have to like salt the water, I guess. But like I would, I don't think I could function. I get nauseous. I get like, you can't go to the gym. I would get lightheaded. I would die. You do like one chest press and you fall over and just crack your head on the floor. I've gone like 5 hours without eating right now. I ate some disgusting brownies and my body's rejecting things. It's getting all clammy. So anyway, back to the BBL people. Rest in peace to them again. And I'm sure the breast implant thing, probably the same rate. I was doing BBL and breast implants. Can't believe if you die doing that. Can't believe it. Embarrassing, but also rest in peace. All right, quick. We're going to talk about H-1B visas versus U.S. people. This is not fun. We can't follow BBLs with H-1B, but I know there's a big big fighting with Elon Musk, who's very much in favor of the H-1B visa people, versus a lot of these staunch Republican Americans. Some of these people, Americans should get American jobs. The American jobs are for Americans. And Elon Musk is saying, these skilled people coming from other countries, we have to let them in. We have to let them get jobs. And I honestly see both sides. I know a lot of people on H-1B visas, and I do think that process, so if you don't know, it's basically a visa you get if you're a person with a skill from another country. You get this visa that you can stay in this country for a certain amount of years, and I guess you get sponsored by a company, and then eventually you can lead to a path to a green card and then American citizenship. So it's a good way, if you have a skill. I think this is the basis of America. This is the crux, the heart of America. If you have a skill and you want to immigrate to this country, we should let you in with open arms. You are even if you don't have a skill, but I'm saying if you do have a skill, especially, let's say you're a very talented software engineer or whatever, we'll let you into this country. You can join our country. You pay our taxes. You become an American citizen. Very good. You're a model citizen. Amen. Some people are saying, we don't have enough jobs in this country for Americans. Why are we letting these other people come in? I get it, guys. I get what you're saying, right? If we have a bunch of Americans who are software engineers, like me, I'm an American. I'm a software engineer. Not looking for a job, but, some people would say, hey, all these H-1B people, I should get that job instead because I'm an American. And I get what they're saying. And it's a complicated issue. I think there's space for both people. I certainly do think there's space for everyone in this equation. I don't know if I agree that Americans should be given these jobs first, or they should have higher priority. I think in my mind, these H-1B people are Americans, right? These are people, if you want to change the H-1B program to let less people in or whatever, okay, I guess if you're saying there's a discrepancy and not enough Americans are getting jobs. But in my mind, these people are American. They're Americans in training, pre-Americans. They're going to become, their goal is to become, if you give them American citizenship right now, they'd be like, yeah, great. So in my mind, they're the same. It's just they're Americans at this point. So I don't know what the big hubbub is. And, I guess there's infighting with Elon Musk and the rest of the crew, the rest of the gang, the old D. Trump and his gang of cronies. D. Trump and his silly little gang. But that'll be resolved. So I think Elon Musk might fall out of favor with Donald Trump at a certain point. There's a lot of drama there, but we'll see. It's 2025. Donald Trump is going to be president in 20 days as of saying this video. That's crazy. Can't believe it. 3 weeks. Man, that's only 3 weeks. That's crazy. But, yeah. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully things seem... Joe Biden is like, I don't know. He's dead. Might as well be dead. Joe Biden might as well be Jimmy Carter. They could have swapped them out. He's not doing anything. That man is... I guess what can you do? What do presidents do in the last 20 days? Probably nothing. Pardon their son. Which, the fact that... Did I talk about that already? The fact that people didn't think he was going to pardon his son is crazy. Of course he's going to pardon his son, guys. His son is crazy, but of course he was going to do that. Even if he said he wasn't. Of course he's going to do it. Come on, Hunter, you got to pardon the man. Little Hunty boy. Little Cunty Hunty. That was his nickname in college. Cunty Hunty. But yeah, so the H-1B people, obviously they're very skilled, and U.S. people, I think there's this international idea that American people are dumb. A lot of people said that. I've talked about that before. I guess plenty of them are. I don't think it's a discrepancy that's a higher rate than other countries, but there's plenty of people. I think the U.S. does have an education problem where maybe our curriculum isn't as good, and I don't know if that's going to change. Certainly doesn't seem like it's going to get better in the next few years based on what D. Trump is saying. But just that, people don't care about learning as much, I'll say. I think in other countries, they care more. There's plenty of kids you hear. I've heard this so many times. They go, hey, I never learned that. American kids. There's just random things. They go, they never taught us that. It's like learning about World War II. They're like, well, I never learned about World War II in school. Yes, you did, guys. You're just stupid. Some stupid people we have to understand some people are just retarded. They're just dumb. It's okay to be dumb, guys. It's okay. You don't have to be super smart, but you have to understand that you're dumb. I hate a dumb person that thinks they're smart. If you're dumb, just be dumb, bro. We'll all accept you. We'll all hug you. I love dumb people. It's okay. I'll comfort you. Come give me a hug. But if you're dumb and you think you're blaming it on other people, don't do that, guys. When they say, I never learned that in school. Sure, there's plenty of things that they should teach us in school. They should teach us about taxes and stuff, but some of it's not rocket science, right? I didn't learn about taxes in school. I graduate, I need to learn about taxes. I look it up. It takes 2 seconds. I learn about taxes. I learn about all these things because I want to know about things that I need to do. I look up things on Wikipedia all the time. Someone told me that Wikipedia, I remember I went on a date, I probably talked about this one, where I was like, she asked me if I read books, and back at the time I wasn't reading anything. I was like, no, I don't really read that often, unfortunately. She's like, how do you learn anything? I'm like, I look it up. If I'm curious, I look things up. I go on Wikipedia, I look things. She's like, Wikipedia is not a reliable source. Like, bro, yes, it is. It's pretty. I'm not taking it as gospel, but if someone writes an article about Genghis Khan, they're not making shit up. They're referencing primary sources. People are not going crazy putting pranks in about Genghis Khan, bro. And not like I'm internalizing all that information anyway. I'm just giving a basic fact. I'm like, hey, what was Genghis Khan up to? I learned about Genghis Khan's wife the other day. His wife was kidnapped, and he got her back. I'm sure that happened. I don't know the exact details. I just know that happened. So looking things up is what we do. So if you're a person that doesn't, I know plenty of people that don't look things up, which is crazy. They don't know something. You ask them a question, they go, I don't know, and they, instead of looking things up, they'll like try to make something up. They'll try to answer. It's like, how many people do you think live in Brazil? Let me hypothetical. I'm not saying I asked anyone this specific question. How many people do you think live in Brazil? How many people do you think get BBLs? You could look that up in 2 seconds. They just make it up. They're like, I don't know, I think 10 million. Bro, look it up. It takes 2 seconds. Know the answer. It takes 2 seconds. So there's a lot of dumb people who claim. So I guess maybe there's like an argument we're saying, oh, man, maybe these H-1B people think Americans are dumb. Some people probably think that. There's like a power struggle. I don't know, man. It's just, United States people are not dumb. Americans are not dumb. United States, that makes me sound stupid, calling them United States people. Citizens of this country are not dumb. I'm surprised I got very cohesive at the end for me almost fainting like a million times during this episode. I put it together when it mattered. I was actually, as I was speaking, I was daydreaming about what food I'm going to make after this. I have to ball out. I got to just eat so much. I don't even know what time it is right now. I'm in a fantasy world. It's like pitch black outside. What time is it? Like 4? I don't even know. What the heck, man? All right, 2 more things. I'm going to talk about... Okay, so I went to college, right? I went to Carnegie Mellon University. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I studied computer science, which, not to brag, very hard program to get into. A lot of people from other countries. There's a lot of people with H-1B visas. So a lot of people, I guess I know a lot of people that are in that H-1B visa boat. They all want to be American citizens. Can't blame them. But I went to college, and I think my college experience is different from a lot of Americans' college experiences because a lot of people go to college to party. A lot of people go. That's why people think Americans are dumb too. Because in Europe, you go to college and everyone's like very studious, and you have to get into these colleges. It's free. It's for learning. You go there to learn. You don't go there to be a fucking frat guy who's hazing people and committing sexual assaults and having his brothers cover it up or whatever. But some American schools, that's what they do. They go to school for communications. They do nothing, and then all they do is get a degree in fucking being a predator. So I went to college. Most people there are doing very hard work, right? It's a college for people who want to. It's like a tech college, it's a STEM college primarily, and they also have a good drama school. So most of my friends and everyone, we cared about what we're doing to an extent, right? It's not like every class I cared, which I'm about to explain. Some of them I didn't, but I cared about what I was learning, and I wanted to be in that field, and I did a lot of work, and I didn't have that much free time. I didn't get to experience the typical college life. I'm doing that now. I'm being a bum right now. These are my party days. Not really, but more so than college for sure. But yeah, so they make you take gen eds if you're not in college. That's another part of bullshit, I guess, of college. They just add fluff to make you pay more money and spend more years there. You have to take I took a bunch of classes. What was it? Nature of Language, I think it was called. We were just doing tongue charts, just looking at the way tongues move. I took organizational behavior. I talked about one episode, and I took the philosophy class, which I had to take, and it would have probably been useful for me to learn. I think it was called Modern Philosophy. Probably would have been useful for me to learn, but I did no work whatsoever in that class. I definitely talked about this. But I just want to say how, this is a typical of what they might think Americans are. I talked about the grade I got, I think, in that class, I remember. But just me going to class, and you had to participate. That was the main part of your grade was just being in class. And I sat there and I said nothing every single day. I said nothing at all. I sat there and I said nothing. And if there was some H-1B person in the class, I'd probably be like, this American guy, what the fuck? He's not saying anything. This fucking stupid as shit American guy he's so dumb he can't even process what philosophy is. He has no idea what's happening. Bro, I didn't read anything. I didn't know. I didn't learn a single thing in that class. I'm sorry. The teacher was really nice. His name is Joel. He kind of looked like Santa Claus. Jolly man, looked very nice. I'm sorry, bro. I wish I could take it more seriously. I had other things to do. I had other classes that took up my time. But I went in there, said nothing every single time. Got my B. Amen. But someone looking at me in that class might have been like, this guy's dumb as shit. This guy doesn't care. He's here to party. I was not. This guy is stupid. So that was really the only class where I really didn't do anything. I didn't do anything for that class. My goodness. But there was one other class. I wrote this down. This is this is not related, but I took a class called Entrepreneurship for Computer Science. I think that's what it's called. And it was kind of a weird class. I don't know how to describe it. It was very weird. But we had like this group project that we were doing at the end where like we joined the group with like this. My group leader, I guess, the person who had an idea was this girl. I'm not going to reveal her idea in case she wants to like make it one day. But it was kind of cool. It was something it was about makeup, like completely unrelated to me. But I thought it was a good idea. And we had this group project, like we kind of had to make this whole business plan. And at the end, we had to like give a speech. It was like give our pitch as if we were on Shark Tank. And I remember like we all had to memorize it because what they said was it was like the final presentation. And they were going to choose one member of the group at random to give the presentation. And then, or to give like this elevator, I think it was like an elevator pitch. And then, we would like give this PowerPoint presentation or whatever. So we all had to memorize it. And I remember it was the day of. And I thought I memorized it well. So I was like, okay, guys, if for some reason they say they're not going to do random choosing and we can decide who's going to present instead of them randomly choosing, I will volunteer because I've memorized it well. I remember saying that and I was like, they're going to randomly choose. I'm chilling. And then we get to the room and they go, hey, surprise, guys. You can choose whoever you want in your group. We're not going to choose. We were lying to you. Whoever you want to do the presentation. And I was like, fuck. God damn it. But I memorized it. So I was like, okay. And I don't know what happened, but I started having a panic attack. It made no sense. It was like the worst presentation I've ever given in my life. My heart was beating out of my chest. I had a panic attack to give something. I memorized the whole thing. I knew it. I said it so many times. I don't know why I had a panic. Like, truly, I was like, it's like my first days I remember ever doing like stand-up or something, trying it out. We're just like so nervous. But to get over it, I had like I don't know why. It was like embarrassing. And I'm sure the other people in my group noticed, but I didn't talk about it. It was just very odd. That was the only time I've really had like I was able to control it. I don't think I've ever had a panic attack. I don't have them often where I was like going crazy and like had to sit down and call an ambulance or something. But I was just like, my heart was pounding. And I'm sure I messed up. I remember I messed up. The first line I messed up. And it was bad. So we got a fine grade. But I just got traumatized by that remembering. And I was like, God damn it. Pretend that didn't happen. But it did happen. And I just told the world that it happened. And you all know. So I would love to see if anyone from that group remembers. I don't think they would. It was so insignificant. But I just remember, I was like, what the heck? I think actually our group leader, I remember just seeing something, her name pop up, and I was like, oh shit, I think I remember that girl. And I remember she like works for she might be like the next GM of a football team, actually. She was like in data analytics. I would honestly bet money that she might be one of like the first female general managers of a football team. Because she's like some like high-ranking data analyst position on some football team, and she keeps going around. So that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool to say I knew her. She's probably claiming she knows me. She's like, yeah, that guy, I remember that guy in my group. That guy's so funny. He was in my group. I remember she'd probably make up that I did well in the presentation. He was so smooth with that presentation. Maybe the two. Maybe everyone in my group is just going to be famous and cool. I don't even remember. Who else was in my group? There was some like white guy. There was two white guys. There was one guy who like never showed up. It was like a frat guy. He was like fine. I don't know. He wasn't a bad guy, but he just like never showed up and didn't care. I remember there was one group project for that group, and like half the people didn't show up. We're like, what the fuck? What are you guys doing? We made this whole plan to meet. Half of them didn't show up, and then we're like, okay, you guys got to do everything now. You didn't show up, you fucking assholes. So they did it, but these people don't care. These people don't care. Whatever. I don't really care. It was a meaningless class, but it was kind of cool. It kind of inspired me a little bit at some point, and then I did nothing with it, but, it was kind of cool. What can I say? that is the podcast episode, guys. I'm going to devour some food. I'm going to cook a storm up in this bitch. And I'm going to make some chicken with some nice sauce, maybe some onions as well. Some rice, too. Ooh, ooh. Oh, baby. I can make some beans. Ooh, ooh. Okay, all right. That didn't sound that appetizing. All right, thank you guys for watching. Again, Happy New Year. Love you all. Hopefully big things this year. Like I said, this is going to be the best year of my life. Not starting off well because I'm nauseous and shaking. But hopefully you guys had a better New Year's Eve than I did. Hopefully you weren't at the strip club. I will catch you all. What is going to be? What is the day I post? Today's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. No. Today's what? No. Today's Wednesday. Oh, shit. I thought today was Thursday. Whoops. The 5th. Okay. So I'm trying to see. All right, whatever. I don't know. Whatever I'm saying doesn't matter. I filmed this in 4K. I don't know if I said that. Hopefully the resolution makes it look nice. We'll see. I'm sure this file is going to be 1,000 gigabytes. It's going to blow up my phone. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So thank you guys. And again, Happy New Year. See you all later.